Good morning, y'all. How are you all doing? It's Friday. So I'm going to jump right into the video, okay? We are going to be talking about R. Kelly once again. It says R. Kelly's key to the city, Baton Rouge, was deprived of honor, okay? R. Kelly, 54, is currently facing a mandatory maximum sentence of 10 years in prison and up to life in prison. A federal jury in Brooklyn found the disgraced R&B singer-songwriter guilty of multiple crimes involving underage girls and young women. As a result, the conviction of the city of Baton Rouge is rescinding its key to the city, the honor given to R. Kelly in 2013. Okay? It says that the former Baton Rouge Metro Council member Denise Marcel told TMZ she now regrets giving R. Kelly the accolade. Marcel is in Louisiana now. She is a representative. She was not fully aware, okay, that R. Kelly had these allegations against him. She said she did not know that he had married. Wait a minute. It says she did not know that he had these accusations leveled against him for decades, including reports that then 27-year-old married 15-year-old Aaliyah in 1994. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop right there because it repeats itself. How is it that she had no idea that he had any kind of accusations against him? Everyone knows that R. Kelly married Aaliyah. If you are in America, I don't care if she left Baton Rouge and went to Louisiana. You know that R. Kelly married Aaliyah. Okay? Everyone knows within the last couple of years he's been accused. It's been all over the news that he's been messing with young women, girls underage, and boys. It's been all over the news. So how is it that Denise Marcel was the only one that didn't know that? She's in the spotlight. Okay? She's a representative. She's a high profile person. She's able to give out keys to the city. So you know what's going on in the news. I think my take on it is that she now is embarrassed that she gave this man the key to the city. I believe that she knew everything that was going on when she gave him the key to the city in 2013. Okay? Now, mind you, all the allegations that he has been found guilty of didn't come out all at one time, but everybody knew he married Aaliyah. That was out forever. Okay? She gave him the key. She said she had no idea that he had anything going on wrong with him. Everybody knew that there was something going on when she gave him the key in 2013. Okay? Everybody knew that something had happened with him and young girls. It had been reported in the news here and there periodically that, he had peed on some young girls at a concert. He had did some of the things that was getting some spotlight during his career. Okay? She said she didn't know anything at all about what R. Kelly had been doing. She had no idea that he had done any of these things. Now, hold on for 1 second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to stop for a minute and look it up. It says here that R. Kelly was married to Aaliyah from August 31st, 1994 to February 7th, 1995. I thought that was out before 2013 rolled around. So I'm not understanding how she did not know that R. Kelly had married this underage girl. Okay? Then, to go further, it was little things coming out that he was doing. Everyone in the world knew that R. Kelly had some freakish ways. It was all on the news periodically. Then it just blowed up in everybody's face. Me personally, I believe that she know that she was not supposed to give him the key to the city. She probably was forewarned not to give him the key to the city, and now she wants to retract it. Well, it's too late. He was given the key. You can retract what you want to retract. The damage has already been done. Just like they are taking his music, YouTube has shut down all his YouTube channels. A lot of radio stations won't play his music. Just different things like that. The music has been made. People have bought the albums. People are still going to play R. Kelly's music, okay? He is a wonderful artist. But don't say that you did not know that he had any kind of accusations leveled against him. That right there is a lie. Denise is not telling the truth. Denise Marcel is not telling the truth. There's no way that she did not know that R. Kelly had a sordid background. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. A lot of times stars come into the news, and then they stay a little bit with whatever's going on in their life, then they go away. That was going on with R. Kelly. He would do some bogus crap, and then it'll be in the news for a while, and then it'll go away. He was even acquitted on some charges of messing around with young underage girls. So how did she not know? It was everywhere. Now she's saying that she had no idea, and that's why she gave him the key to the city, because she thought basically that he was just a clean, genuine person, and she had no idea that she gave him the key, basically under false pretenses. That's what she's trying to say, that she had no idea. If she knew that this was going on, she never would have gave it to him. That's not true. Denise Marcel knew that this man had all this stuff levied against him. There's no way in the world that she didn't know. We all knew. We all knew. If we were looking at the news and we had ears and we could understand, and we had eyes and we could see, we all knew. There's no reason for her now, Denise, to try to retract and try to clear yourself. You knew what this man had been doing. You knew he married an underage girl. You trying to say you didn't have no idea? He was married to Aaliyah way before you gave him the key to the city. Way before you gave him the key to the city. He got the key to the city in 2013. He married Aaliyah in the 90s. There's no way. Because that made news, that her family was upset about it. I think they even tried to hide it from the family. So, just what's done in the dark comes to light. When you do something wrong, it always comes out. Even if you do something good, it comes out. Whatever you do in the dark, you don't want somebody to know, especially when it's affecting other people, it comes out. It just comes out, And like I said again, she knew. She can say what she wants to out of her mouth. But at the end of the day, it's coming to light that she knew, and she wants to take the key back. Okay, take the key back. He still was awarded that honor in 2013. You can't take the honor back that you gave him. He's disgraced, but you can't take it back, and you can't change people's minds about how they feel about him. Some people still consider him to be the greatest artist of all time. Some people just think that R. Kelly is their favorite artist. They'll never want another. They'll never love another. So taking the key back is not going to change how people feel about R. Kelly. Taking his music and his videos down off of YouTube is not going to change how people feel about R. Kelly. You just can't persuade it. You can't persuade it. He's being punished all the way around, but, just take Bill Cosby, for instance. Bill Cosby was found guilty. He went to prison. They didn't go around pulling all his stuff off the shelf. Bill Cosby still had all kinds of cartoons. Fat Albert still was coming on YouTube. He still had stuff coming on YouTube. I didn't follow Bill Cosby, but he still had things on YouTube. He still had things out there. He still had things out there. They didn't put, so people pick and choose. She has the right to do that. She definitely has the right to do that, but don't play the game that you didn't know what was going on, because you definitely knew what was going on, because you being in the spotlight and being up there in the House with the Senate and all that stuff, that's part of you have to know what's going on in the news. You have to. So you didn't have a television, you didn't have a radio, you had nothing. And nobody was talking about it. So you just handed somebody a key. Years later. Even if she didn't know about all the other sordid things that was going on in his life. You knew he married an underage girl. They snuck off. Her parents did not approve it. He paid somebody to marry her because he wanted to continue to be with this young girl and have her not testify against him. Because your wife don't have to testify against you. Your husband don't have to testify against you. So he knew what he was doing. He was using Aaliyah. He was manipulating her. You knew he married her. And yet still you hand him something prestigious as the key to the city. You know? So I just want to say this on this Freedom Friday. To please just be honest. Sometimes it's hard to be honest. When you think it's going to harm you, you're going to get in some kind of trouble. You know, but she needs to be honest, and she shouldn't have gave him the key to the city. She knew. That's my point. Now you want to take it back from him. And another thing before I go, the reason why she took the key back is because he was prosecuted. She was holding on to let him keep that position as long as he wasn't prosecuted. Okay? When he got prosecuted, she then, through her embarrassment, took the key back. Okay? That's exactly what happened. Because he's been in jail before. He's done some crazy things before. The key was never taken back. Now that he's prosecuted and going to jail for 10 years or to life, she wants to take the key back. And there I go, I say it again, women. Women will allow men to do what they want to do. She's a woman and she heard these things about R. Kelly, but she was still determined that he was going to have this key to the city. And if he was found not guilty, then he's not guilty and he deserved that key. That's exactly what she was doing. That's why she didn't take it until after he was found guilty. Even though there was proof, even in the first time that he was being tried, he was found not guilty, there was still proof that he did these things. He was just found not guilty because, and God always does things because what you do in the dark comes to light. He did not need to be found guilty at that time. Because if he was found guilty at that time, then all of this would not have came out. And he would have maybe gotten a shorter sentence. And you cannot be retried, you know, they say, double jeopardy for the same things. If you know what I'm saying, he was acquitted. I don't know, he was acquitted, you know. So, but I think that happened for a reason, because if he had been prosecuted and found guilty, all of this other stuff that he done would not have been shed, no light would have been shed on it. So sometimes it's just not your time for your just dessert. Sometimes it's not your time for your reaping of things that you sowed, whether good or bad. It just takes time to get to when it's time for you to have what you're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't time for him to go to prison at that time. Now was the time. And things just had to catch up with him. You know? So, and even when you're doing good, things still have to catch up with you. I'm still a firm believer that you should still do the things you need to do, you know, in your life. And then as you are moving forward, God can get in there. He can move forward with you, and he can give you guidance on which way to go and what to do. You know, I'm still a firm believer. You don't just sit back and wait for him to come and give you a shove, you know. But it does take time for that idea or that want that you need in your life to come to fruition from the spirit world to the natural. Then you get up and you act on it once you give it some thought and some pondering, you know. So anyway, that's all, of course, but I was just trying to make a point. Anyway, you all have a wonderful Friday, a fantastic Freedom Friday, okay? Don't let anyone that's negative into your circle. Try to your best to just maintain positivity, okay? And with that being said, I'm going to say Vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So Vielen Dank for watching me, and choose, that's what? That's bye in German.